Just got done interviewing Marguerite. There she is over there in the corner. Good to see her. She's doing fine. She's cleaning up today. Hey Sheila, how you doing? Marguerite, say hi to all your UFU fans.
Hello, YouTube.
Have a good day.
You too.
Hey you guys, how you doing? Just got done interviewing Marguerite. It's a good mood today. Hey Sandra, how are you? Hey Catherine, what's going on? Hey Wyoming, Colorado. Yeah, it's nice down here today. Hey Greg. Going on, you guys? Our family, what's happening? Hey Lotus Nest, hey that girl. How are you? Canada, all right. Hey Sandra. Yeah, Marguerite's a sweetheart. Tell you, she doesn't look good though compared to last time. Said she was in the hospital again. I'm going to go over here and see if I can get lucky enough. Like Marguerite said in the interview, there's no place for these women to hide now. They've torn down all the buildings, which is true. I get on the other side of Ford, maybe I'll run in. Hey Kelly, by the way, you guys, Kelly, as everybody knows, did go to rehab. It was only for 14 days. She is out working again, but she's off heroin. And that's good news. Maddie's still around. I'll go up around Michigan Avenue if I don't run into any of these women close by here. Like I said, and like Marguerite said, there's no place to hide. Hey Adam, what's going on? Hey Bernadette, Jody, Rick. Nice day down here. Just checking out, see if I can get a couple interviews. And these roads down here too, they got killed down here with flooding. Worst flooding since 1925. I was over in Allen Park today, and I was talking to a lady, 2 feet of water in her basement. The governor declared it a state of emergency. It doesn't look like it around here, but believe me, they got nailed. 9 days straight of non-stop rain. Was a drag. See all these big vacant parcels of land? Crazy. So how you guys doing today? Now if I keep signaling, I was tempted to interview Marguerite. Daisy's doing fine, she's in the back. I gotta take her for a little walk, she's getting bored. Hey Greg, how you doing? But see, right here is where all these buildings were before. And as Marguerite was saying, if these women are working, they got to drive too far away and they don't feel comfortable with that. She said she felt that the Crest Hotel is probably much busier. Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to go by there. I'll tell you, the expressways down here are a mess. Took me about another 40 minutes to get where I usually go. This is the busiest Chase bank in the world. I just went in there and got some money. 2 armed guards in there. Hey, Steve. Hey, Rick. They buzz you in, they buzz you out. You're not robbing that bank. You got to get by 2 armed guards, and then there's no way you can bust this door down. It looks like it's going into Fort Knox. It's a busy-ass bank. Can't believe it. Even the ATM's busy all the time as well. Right there. So if I don't get lucky right around here, I will have to cut over on Michigan Avenue. So I know when I get to this stage right here that I'm probably not going to have any luck interviewing anybody. So what I will do is cut through the Hispanic area, which is great, by the way. I'm not knocking it, onto Michigan Avenue, which will be better. You'll see when I get there. That's where I got a couple interviews last time. It's my favorite gas station. That's also the cleanest subway in the world. You'll never see a subway that's more spotless. It's too bad I don't like Subway. God, those things are terrible. I usually let myself starve for about 10 hours before I bite the bullet and get a Subway. Even toasted, they're shitty. I don't think there's anything you could do to them to make them taste good. So up here, this is Clark Park, which is a famous park in Detroit. It's been really on the map forever. You'll run into people all over that haven't lived in Michigan in years that want to talk about Clark Park. All sorts of athletic events going on. They have concerts there in the summer sometime. As I said earlier, this is a real prominent Hispanic area, which is great. I mean, they've done wonders with their neighborhoods. You know, I should just say that the neighborhoods are great, but I'm telling you, it's these Hispanics that made it this way. And it's not that the blacks didn't. It's just they do a very nice job keeping their community nice. Right here is a super big speed trap, which is good because there's a couple Catholic schools along here and people coming and going from the park. I'm on Clark now, heading north from West Jefferson. People always want to know what streets I'm on. And when I come up here, you'll see I'm cutting through the back way to Michigan Avenue. See, there's the sign right there, Clark Park. And once I get on Michigan Avenue, there's quite a stretch there where I should be able to run into somebody, and I'll try and do a live interview with one of the women. I hope I can. What I worry about is I'm talking to them and the damn signal goes out, and it's there, it blows an interview, where normally if I had it on tape I don't have to worry about it. And you can't change the thumbnails on the live. So if it's one of my normal shitty shot, it's facing into the sky or something, no one will ever know to look on there and realize there's an interview with one of these people working the streets down in Detroit. So for a few reasons, I'd rather record them. So this is Clark and Verner. Huge Hispanic area. Great restaurants all over. All sorts of barber shops open all night long. You can get anything done here. Transmission rebuilt for about 1/3 of the cost. Engine rebuilt for about 1/3 of the cost. Any maintenance on a car. See these signs? A lot of times when particularly Mexicans move in, the first thing they'll do is fence off the yard so the kids can go out and they don't need to worry about it, which is kind of cool. See all these fenced yards? It's just the way it is. Usually these decorative fences, which I'm fine with. So up here you will hey Rich, Carnival Bar. The Carnival Bar, where is that at? I'll check that for you. See, now this stretch right here for a couple miles is pretty boring, so bear with me. I know it sucks. The roads are horrific. But I don't care in this van. It's one advantage I have over everybody. When I hit one of these big ass potholes, it can only straighten my front end more. Hey Sherry, how you doing? Up here is where a cop was racing his cop car and got killed. See this cross? It's kind of a suspicious deal. He wasn't on a surveillance or anything, and they kind of surmised that he lost control of the car just screwing around. So this is Michigan Avenue. I mean, it's Michigan Avenue is the longest continuing road in the country, other than that one that goes out to California that cuts through Illinois. Maybe it's a 2-lane road in areas. There's something to it. So as I come up through here, I should have lots of opportunities. Time will tell. I don't know what that guy's doing. Oh, he's probably got everybody wears these green outfits now. I don't care what kind of job you have. These are this is Southwest Detroit. I'm at 29th in Michigan. A lot of cool buildings still around. It's a huge, working girl area and drug trade. You'll see. Although I may be a little early. Of course, liquor, wine, beer. That's the #1 business down here. Lottery, poor man's tax. Hazel's place. Home for the mature. All right. These old clothing stores, electrical stores. So here, I've explained these green light areas to you guys before. That's where you pay extra for surveillance. They're monitored, the cameras. So here we go here. It's the old Senate movie theater. Right around here is where I got my last interview. It's the old Tellway hamburger place. I think they're terrible. I gotta, now I'll be able to answer your questions. Sorry, I can't, it's hard to see the screen sometime in the daytime. Well, it's not looking too busy. Hey Emma, how you doing? Oh good, yeah, it's fun down here. Hey Jason, hey Don. Yeah, weather's great. That guy got murdered about 5 years ago. Owned that antique store. and they didn't take any money. Well, looks like I'm striking out here so far. That's all right, still interesting. I'll cut back along this service drive. Hey Sherry, I went to a blues concert last night in West Branch. The singer and his mother were from Ann Arbor. So that's I-94 down there. A lot of traffic today. See, I bet these people got nailed with that flooding. Although it's kind of high here. So I'll roll up this window. Come back here later. Look how short these entrance ramps are here. Got about 50 feet to get on. Wish me well. Yep, see what I mean? So yeah, it was record flooding. It got declared a disaster area. The governor declared it a disaster area. Worst flooding since 1925. The suburbs got it nailed as well. If you Google Detroit flooding, it's endless videos and photographs. Back to where I was at. I'll need to get on 96 for a little bit. And then I'll be right back to where I took off. This is the high-speed route. So sorry I didn't see anybody out there. That's why if I, sometimes I drive around I'm not going back till I get some interviews this time. Maybe Tom, the guy lives on the roof, will be around. Although I haven't seen him in, God, a couple years, I'll bet. But I'm told he still lives there. Yeah, the interview that I got with Marguerite, I videotaped, so you're not missing anything on here. She does say hello if you scroll back 10 minutes, but the interview I'll have to upload when I get home. She's doing well. It's one tough old woman. Here's Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Chris Rock says, if you're white and you run out of gas, get out of the car and run as fast as you can for as long as you can. Yeah, I'll definitely have it up there, Samantha. I'm always reluctant to do live interviews on this live deal because it's not always reliable. And I'd really be pissed off if I missed like 3 minutes of an interview. It'd just be useless. So Verner Highway, that's where I crossed when I was going through that Hispanic area. I'll go one street further to the south, Clark. That's right where I was. You know, the inside building where I got a lot of those great late night shots was that building right there on the left with the holes, like that concrete building. That's the old Southwest Hospital right there. That is such a killer location. You can't get in there now. See the porthole type windows, some of them? I had some business cards made with using that as the logo. And there's the old Michigan Central train station way off in the distance that Ford Motor Company bought. And of course here's the Ambassador Bridge, where you go over to Windsor, Ontario. So I'll get off here at Clark. If I don't have anything, see anybody right away, I'll just sign off and come back on later. I don't want you to just go through miles of boredom. Yeah, I heard Ontario. The guy that put on the blues concerts, the guy that used to put it on in Windsor, Ontario, and he had friends up, and we all sat at one table, and that's what they said. They got crazy flooding Ontario. So here I'm back at square one. There's Clark Park again. I'm gonna try and get some interviews of just regular citizens too. I think I'll do that now if I don't see anybody here. Maybe Tom's working. Oh yeah, Detroit. Yeah, that's how it was. The area is a state of emergency for flooding. 9 days of rain they had. Crazy. They're having a big motorcycle get-together over at that motorcycle club I always go by. There must be 500 motorcycles out there. So this is where like 95% of the interviews that I've ever done were in this area. But as I've mentioned, a lot of the buildings have been taken down, so it's not as popular as it used to be. There's the world's busiest bank. It's impossible to rob. So I know right now, if I don't see anybody by now, that's where I interviewed Tassie right there. If you look at the video across the street right there, no more buildings. And as you know, this is Delray, my favorite place at Detroit. See, that's a house the state hasn't got yet. Delray, Google Delray, super rich history in Delray. A lot of Hungarians immigrated here. This was a happening place. These are all places that were torn down. They're still dumping back here though. You know, you'd think all the time that I'm down in Detroit and stuff, and I used to be like all night long, I would catch someone dumping. I never have. I never see him like just almost catch him, just leaving any of that. This is a killer shot of the wren sand luck down the railroad tracks. This place is open all the time. Do some kind of machining in there. See, there's another big place they're going to put something in. Tore all these buildings down. I got to give them credit, boy. They've really done a lot of building leveling down here. I mean, it is looking a lot better. Look at all that dumping. Pisses me off, and I don't even live here. Same with these graffiti people, too. They're just as bad. Come down somebody's neighborhood and start spraying up the buildings. It's bullshit. Now, this is Fort Wayne. Google this, too, you guys. And I want you to Google these places because these are historically significant. Fort Wayne has a super rich history. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but I will tell you this. Once the city of Detroit got it, yeah, went to shit. Look at it. These are historical things. It's like a goddamn dump. And then they got barbed wire fences. Will you figure that out? Now there are some buildings that they've redone, I guess, in the back. I never go in there. They have soccer tournaments and stuff like that. Here's the entrance to it. See, this was all old buildings here, all gone. Down here. Now this signal gets shaky down here sometimes. So if I lose you, I'll just sign off and come on later. Yeah, they got some event here. I don't know what it is today. Probably I think they have a book show. Yeah, that's what that is. Old books. So look at that Fort Wayne. Just in shambles. I've got a video up of the inside of them. Just to look at that one. The roof collapsed. These are historical buildings, for God's sakes. The only reason they look as good as they do, believe it or not, is volunteers. You think there'd be a bunch of cool shit laying around here. You know, I forgot to bring my metal detector down here. God damn it. I knew I forgot something. I'll go in there and find me some old Civil War guns. So this is Delray Park. This is was created from a settlement from these people polluting the Detroit River. And it's hardly ever open. It's half the year. So here's more Fort Wayne. It's not as bad as you think inside. Oh, well, if it interests you guys, I can go in some buildings that have been like burned down. You know, mainly burned down. I don't care. What, you guys fire away now. I'm not looking at this. Yeah, I have Daisy with me. Yep, she's in the back. I know Daisy's getting pissed. See these? There's some kind of fish running down here now. For there to be this many cars here, I don't know whether it's silver bass or what. But see all these cars? Normally there's no one down here. But this is like super busy. Super busy. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, that's this guy. Hey, what kind of fish are they catching?
Huh?
What's everybody trying to catch? What kind of fish?
Walleyes.
Walleyes?
Yeah.
When did...
Couple.
No, you eat them?
Yeah.
You do, huh? Well, I'm
No
not.
problem. You're not
Really?
eating it?
I'm afraid.
Are you?
Yeah. Up to me, right?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too.
There ain't no way in hell I'm eating one of these. Look up eating fish out of the Detroit River. You'd have to have a death wish. You couldn't pay me $1,000 to eat one of these fish. Daisy would roll in one for free, though. Daisy's going to get to go out now. I can tell she's going to get pissed off with me. So I'm going to take her out here. Yeah, I'm gonna really do a lot of good video and photography. I'm really like super motivated for some reason. I think mainly it's because I see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I got Daisy with me because she wants to go and do a pee-pee. Come on, hon. Come on. Come on. So there you go. It's walleye they're catching. there's a little grass. See, look at the top of those roofs all collapsed. Yep, there's little Daisy. Hey, Daisy, you good girl, hon? I see they put some of this fence back up. People steal the fence here, or they used to. That's the concrete company right there. And look at the cute little bird. I'll tell you, the wildlife's crazy here. I see fox, raccoon, pheasants up the yin yang, deer. But these birds are building a nest. This dumping though, back to this dumping, man. See, that's probably why they put this new fence up. See, this is all new fence. They better bolt it down or they'll steal it again. I mean, this is, believe it, one thing Detroit really sucks at. I mean, big time. You go over to Canada, the access from the Canadians are so much more advanced in providing waterfront access for their residents. Right here, this, you got this place right here and a private marina. And other than that, you're done. You can go down to Rouge, but they don't want people from Detroit coming down there, so they charge $100 to join. It's right down the road a little bit. Here's the old Astro van. That Astro van will be going down the road when you guys are retired. Oh, there's Border Patrol. Is that Border Patrol or Immigration? Border Patrol. You know, they pull me over every once in a while for the hell of it because I got a van with curtains. You know, the conservation officers and the Border Patrol, they've got these like a blank slate to pull you over whenever they feel like it. It's not like typical law enforcement. A conservation officer can pull you over because you didn't look at him right. You can't do a thing about it. And they can enact laws without going through the legislature. You know, if they find like an emergency situation, they'll just come up with a new law and start arresting people for it. See, there's dumping around here. Come on, Daisy. Come on, hon. Come on, Daisy. One of these big old towers. Beautiful down here. I think it is. I mean, the Detroit River isn't exactly pristine blue water like where I come from. It's different. You have to accept that. Big old kick-ass giant freighters going by. I mean, I like the clear water and the trout and all that stuff where I live, but I like watching big kick-ass freighters better. And you never know what you're going to see down here. I think I'm going to get out of West Branch, to tell you the truth. That's what I've been thinking lately. That's part of the reason why I'm selling all my antiques. I don't want to have to move that stuff, and I don't have to worry about it somewhere else. I'd like to just get like an apartment and just get going on this new business. Quit dicking around. I don't know, this Border Patrol, I mean, you know, if you were really serious about catching people coming across, I don't think you need to worry too much about here. If you jumped in the water on the Canadian side, it'd be about 4 miles down before you reach the other side, and it's so obvious. There's boats out there, cameras all over the place. I mean, I don't really get it. You're not going to get a boat and pick up some people in Canada and bring them over here without getting nailed 10 seconds after you leave. Just seems like a lot of wasted money to me. doing, Daisy? So now I can read this good. I'm in the shade. So let's see, you guys fire away with questions. I can see it good now. Daisy, can you see it good, hon? You want to come over here? Daisy hates the hot weather. You know, I thought I had her shaved down enough, but I don't think that I do. Notice she's starting to pant pretty early. Go ahead, hon, get up there. You guys can ask questions now. I can see good. Let's see. Hey, Maribel, how are you? Haven't heard from you in a while. Hey, Cindy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy interviewing these. You know, people think it's like, I guess they think I do a good job at like doing this, but I'm telling you, it's my hobby. It's like I go out to have fun doing this. It's not like burdensome or like I think I'm doing good works or I'm a good guy or any of that stuff. Just, I get a lot out of this. And I'm glad other people like to watch it. But honest to God, I don't do anything to try to get people to watch the videos. I've been doing this exact same thing my whole life. And then YouTube came along. I go back and watch my own videos all the time. That's really the reason that I did it. If YouTube didn't have, if they didn't give you anything, and I don't really get much, that'd be fine with me. You know, I've checked around too, you guys. I checked around. YouTube is starting to piss me off. Their censorship is getting crazy. On the other hand, you shouldn't have to worry about your kid wanting to go on YouTube and listen to a bunch of racist vulgarity. So you can't have it both ways. And after I searched and looked at a bunch of other programs and platforms, I thought I'm going to stay with YouTube. If I had to pay the next best option, a dollar amount for what I do, it'd cost me $60 a month. Yeah, it would cost me $60 a month. So, you know, all you guys, of course you know this. You know, when you go on these game shows and stuff or talk shows, they're always talking about how ignorant Americans are with regard to geography. Well, that happens, you know, if you're not into it and you skipped a lot of school. So that's Windsor, Ontario, right across the street. These fishermen are different kind of people, man. They'll be out here in all weather, freezing their ass off. How you doing? I'm too thrilled about getting videos. So there's the old Border Patrol, hoping to catch the invisible smuggler. Just sitting there jacking off. Hey, what does he think he's going to catch? It's nuts. I mean, I've been doing this investigative stuff my whole life. You know, I'm not saying I know how to do his job, but I know what you got to do to catch people. Sitting there in the wide open when absolutely nothing's going on is effective. I got news for you. Just think if we paid those people by the hour for results. You'd can them all. You'd be constantly trying new places because they don't come up with anything. I mean, the real stings or busts or whatever you want to call them are from tips. Somebody pisses you off and you call down, you say, hey, Ed, this asshole that didn't pay back $500 I lent him, is trying to smuggle 5 illegals across at midnight. Look at this guy's trailer. Look at this, man. These guys are the boat and trailer and all that shit. XR6. I could never figure that out either. Why do you need a giant motor to do 70 miles an hour when you're fishing, when you're near everywhere? It's not like they go out 30 miles. I suppose, you know, I'm talking out of my area expertise, but, you know, here, those guys with that $55,000 rig, it's probably more than that. I wouldn't be surprised that end 20 grand by itself. But they're all anchored 10 feet out from shore fishing. I mean, the Detroit River is like, you know, maybe 1/8 of a mile wide. Why do you need a boat like that? Well, maybe they go other places. But I had boats before, and those kind of boats can't go out far. They rough water, so it doesn't make any sense. If anybody out there can paint some logic to this story, please do, because I don't get it. Coming up on old Zug Island. It's hard to believe you could like a place that just belches out the worst shit in the world for your lungs. Cool down here by the water. Now this is West Jefferson. It parallels that road over there, West Fort, where I was earlier. Now earlier I tried to antagonize the security at the refinery, just because I don't like them. I mean, if you guys think about it, everything a lot of things that you do, it's because you either like somebody or you don't. And I don't like those guards because they hassle people on public property. I'm not one of these guys that, has got to make a federal case out of everything. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't enjoy, fucking with them. Simply put. Because number one, there's nothing they can do. And number two, it just ticks me off that they police public property like that. And they know who I am. They've been bugging me about taking photographs of that place for 25 years, at least. I'm sure they have a picture of my van, and they have to. I've been pulled over by the cops because of them a million times. I was there earlier today, but they didn't take the bait like they used to, so maybe their legal department said something to them. Now that's Zug Island. To me it looks like hell on earth at night. That's the Black Horse Cantina bar, Mexican bar. See the roof caved in on this building? Now Richard, the guy who owns the Steel Bar, the guy I've interviewed before, he owned this and lost it on a tax foreclosure. That's about ready to fall apart. This used to be a kick-ass intersection right here, downtown Delray. My parents used to come up there when they first moved to Detroit. These buildings are gonna be taken down any day. They're having a hell of a motorcycle thing. I hate to say this, but these motorcycle guys, you read stories and then you find out they're CPAs and doctors and lawyers and all that shit. Well, I guarantee you these guys here today at this motorcycle club, they're not doctors and lawyers and CPAs. There were 500 of them here earlier. And believe me, I think somebody's fucking around Richard's property here. Believe me, these guys look like Charles Manson. Like lots of them. Those self-made prison tattoos? See, now, if this guy goes over to Richard's property, I'm going to tell him to get the hell out of there. It's not my business, I know, but Richard's been a good guy to me. See? Zug Island. People are really fascinated with this place. I can see why I am. I love Zug Island. Really do. It's just so damn cool looking at night. And it's one of the very few steel producing places left. I mean, you got to give them credit for hanging in there. Jobs, all that kind of shit. Yeah, are these the highwaymen or the something's coffins? But these are some scary looking people. I'm not kidding, man. I drove through the middle of them today. I'll show you the video, and I didn't realize that was going on until too late. And I don't normally give a shit about that. But when I saw these guys, like lots of them, they've got the prison tattoos, those real or regular, like on their forehead and eyelids and stuff like that. Yeah, this place right here. What the hell's the name of this place? Yeah, Iron Coffins, yeah. They'll be coming back later. Probably 500 motorcycle guys. I mean, they didn't do anything. Nobody waved, though, either, I'll tell you that. No way. Nah, I had a gun. Last time I had a gun was like 35 years ago. I don't like carrying a gun, to tell you the truth. I just don't like doing it. It's a pain in the ass. You gotta, it's hard to keep in your waist, and it's just, fuck. It's such a low chance that I need one. Here's the boat. You guys want to go boating? These boats are all over Detroit. I'm not shitting you. Not as bad as they used to be. But back to your history lesson for today. This is St. Cantus Church. C-A-N-T-I-O-S, I think. Maybe it's C-A-N-T-U-S. You look up this church, St. Cantus Church, Delray. Really a historical church. Gorgeous. It's been abandoned. There's been a couple outfits come in and out of there. I know somebody's living in the caretaker's house. I don't really know the status of it. Now all the stained glass is gone. I think that was, taken out. It wasn't stolen. But just a really beautiful church. Just gone by the wayside. If on YouTube there's a video on the last mass at this church. It's really sad. There's a lot of people went through the doors of this church, I'll tell you. A lot of weddings. So you see that blast furnace over there? So I guess the last thing, this has been on here for a while. I don't know what this means, who's in there. Masterpiece of Divinity. Oh, yeah. Old kick-ass house where the priest used to live. Hey, I got some new marketing material too, and you guys know I always use someplace in Delray as my avatar. I think it's really cool. I'll show them to you. I got them before I left, but I went to that blues thing last night, and I wanted to get an early start today. See, that's the house. Look at the old mature trees out front. Brick house. This is the water treatment facility over here, city of Detroit. These are the roughest railroad tracks. Look at this old abandoned railroad tracks. Sign's still up. See, people dumping back here too. I'll tell you what's kind of ironic, and that is Michigan's got its water pollution problems. Well, if you go out near Rockford, near Grand Rapids, upper middle class area, their whole water system's trashed. Ann Arbor has a water problem because of Gelman Sciences. And if you statistically analyze the chemicals that they worry about for human consumption in water, you'll find that the water in the Rouge River, in the Detroit River where I'm at right now, despite all the crap, is better water in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Rock, Michigan. No shit. That's why we didn't have chroming done and a lot of airplane crash simulations at military bases, like they do in Oscoda. Yeah, this was a real look at this church. I mean, these church. Oh, there's a motorcycle, guys. God damn it, they run into me again. It's game over. I'm not shitting you. These guys are not friendly. I hope they're doing toys for tots or some shit like that. I'm telling you, I go through these guys or beat my ass. Think I'm an undercover cop or something. That's what I need. Yeah, I don't know if this is them or not. Probably some nice get together. I think these are different motorcycle guys. Hi. Maybe they're cops or something. No, these aren't the same kind. Detroit. I don't know what these guys do. No, these guys aren't the same ones. No way. They actually said hello. Another nice church. You know, this area, I've said this all along, this is part of the area I was in earlier. Big Hispanic community. It's cool. I'm gonna start one of those Patreon deals. And I'm going to give you guys a chance to, the highest bidder. I'm going to go up to those badass motorcycle guys tonight, and I'll videotape this with my phone. And I'm going to walk, I promise to walk right up to them. And I will give you the private video. And I'll say, what are all you pussies doing here tonight? You got any men in the house? Who's going to give me the highest offer for that? No, I don't want to join. I'm going to tell them I think it's a bunch of sissies. And they don't offer enough for me. You know, there's so much, I'm telling you, these guys look crazy. There's so much peer pressure amongst these guys. It would put them in a position to do stuff they otherwise wouldn't do, just to keep from looking that bad. Gotta plug this in. I should have had this in. I'll do it, man. I'll show you what kind of balls I have. I'll put it right to them that way. You guys will be my witnesses, though. I gotta find, you know, I never see anybody out in the yard down here. It's another church that went to shit. Broken windows, don't. Daisy, she good girl. Daisy, good girl. Let's see. I'll just tell them I'm a drug enforcement agent and I'd like to see the place. Yeah, iron coffins. You guys, any place down here you'd like me to drive by? Check it out for you? Close by here? I'm gonna try and stick around the southwest side today. I will make a pass by 4th Street first. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Really, I am going to try and do one of these interviews. I'm going to try and get one right now, but you never know. If nobody's out there, I'm up shit. I might just give Marguerite a second interview just to test the waters. This guy's probably getting a blowjob. Usually when you see cars like here stop in the middle of nowhere, that's a good guess. I remember when squatters, I saw them moving in here in the bitter cold about 5 years ago in the middle of the night. You'd be surprised, some of these houses that look abandoned are not. People live in them, there's just no utilities going to them, and therefore you don't see any lights. They live in the basement a lot, so people can't see the lights are on. Here's another church. This one's still around, still operating. All the girls are in the Campbell building. Hey, Sue Virginia, are you around? I'm down here right now. You tell them to come out. I want to interview them. Get some interviews. I can't remember if this is. No, I guess it's not. They've made some of these streets one way. Oh yeah, this is nothing. There are way nicer areas than this one. What's this guy doing? Stealing a bobcat? You see a lot of that stuff down here, you know, like just empty garages. They're not empty garages. Garages where it doesn't look like there'd been a car in them in 100 years, and all of a sudden you'll see somebody backing a tractor in there in a trailer. Look at this guy gives a shit, cutting his grass. Great view down here again. See the trucking company from behind. Look at all the train cars. This factory's going to be taken down any day. Come on, Daisy, get over there. Go on. Here we go. I think this is Maddie from behind. I think this is Maddie. Maybe not. Nope, it's not. Getting my girls mixed up here. It's a really busy church on Sunday. I was able to hang in there, All Saints Catholics. World's biggest indoor produce market. Continuous hallway. Here's a Mott's hamburger. I wouldn't care if that place ever opened up again. Southwest High School, Southwestern High School. Got a couple videos of that. See, now here's a place that's been burned up. I didn't notice it or it just happened. It looks like it could have happened a while ago. We'll find out. Yeah, I see a lot of junk here. So somebody took this place out. I didn't even think anybody lived here. See, look at all this shit. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'll try and get I'll give Marguerite a second interview just to test out this live feed. I'll see if she's there. 63. That's what I'll do. If you guys hang on for a sec, I'll ask Marguerite for a second interview. That'll make her feel good. She can use the money, and I can test out this live thing. It should work fine, but it's working way better than it used to. And you'll be able to ask her questions. So we'll give it a try. The only downside to the areas is it's so loud there. Now I did adjust the volume on the video camera, the sound, it's a setting actually. But I can't do that on a phone. But I think it'll be alright. God damn these roads, man. What the hell is this guy doing up here? Literally. So I'll cross over the second one. Here's the Campbell building. That's where Super Janelle says the women live. I knew some of them did there. I don't know if they do anymore. I'd like to get a tour of that place. It looks like old Marguerite, she might have taken the money and run. She should be right there, and she's not. See, she's over here. These people are really nice to her that own this store right here. And they have good food, too. So her shopping cart's not around, so there goes that experiment. See, look at fences in the yard, just like I told you. Keeps the kids in. You know, we don't have any budding trees up where I'm at yet. They are down here, though. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get somebody. You can count on it. I promise you, I'm not going to go back until I get some more interviews. See, all fences in the yards. Fences in the yards. Fences in the yards. In case you tuned in late, it's to keep the kids in. Let's see, this is one way. See how nice these neighborhoods are kept? Actually, my favorite kind of photography is still photography. I just got some sticky notes made with my feed at night in Delray, you know, kind of grainy, dimly lit road. Came out perfect. These people take care of their lawn too. Big time. Junction. There's the Campbell building that Super Janelle's talking about. Campbell and the I-75 service drive. That's where Angel used to live. A couple people on scooters. I think that's the first time I've seen anybody riding one. Yeah, the truck stop, that's not too good for, should be right around here. But, these you know, the bank's so busy, I got an idea they probably chase people out of there all day long. I'll check that 7265 Senator. I will. Yep, I'll do it. There's another building's about ready to fall over. You know, Marguerite says she's in touch with her one daughter, Lindsay, comes by and visits her, so that's nice. Patch things up. Yeah, I was born in a suburb, Flat Rock, Michigan. I'll tell you, I don't think they're ever going to be done working on this 4th Street. I don't know what they're doing now. It's always like this. Nah, you know, I don't have Instagram. I should, I guess, but I can't stand Facebook, and I know it's related to that. It's just Facebook doesn't interest me like one little bit. Here's the famous, this is where all the women work out of right here. I shouldn't say work out of, that's where they go and they get a room. The crest. So here's a smart guy, he's backing in. Oh, the only way you can rent a room there is by the hour. And it's packed. Look at all the flowers. Oh, they got this park opened again. This hasn't been open in a long time. I mean, you could go in there, but you couldn't drive back there like these guys did. Look at this killer view right here. I see they've taken care of the problem of people driving across this grass. Look at those rocks. See, it says park closed. Do not enter. These aren't the same motorcycle guys either, no way. Oh, let them go. I don't think this may be these guys. I'll get a good view of them. Campbell's apartment building. All right, man. Cool. Bye.
Move that out of our way.
All right. I think these are different guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The guy actually said thank you. These aren't the same guys. Now you can't be driving a Honda. Any girls looking for a date? I'll pull over one of these guys. Yeah, the iron coffins. These guys aren't the iron coffins, no way. I don't think it is. Which guys use liberty, freedom, or death on their patch? These guys must drive the beer around or something. This is like the pothole from hell. Now back in the day, this park, it would be closed all the time like it's supposed to be now. They'd come back here and just write 200 tickets for everybody back here. I don't know if they still do that or not. There you go, Detroit River. So here's these guys in another expensive boat. 75 feet out from shore. Crazy. There wasn't anybody out. I wanted to do an interview. I'm gonna, it's first chance I get, but it's not always that easy. Yeah, it's a great view down here. If you tuned in late, they're fishing for walleye. Yeah, first guy was cranky, wasn't he? No, they did build a new park, though. It's just right down the way for kids. That's probably why. This is like not really a kid park, you know? See how quick the current is here, though? I mean, it's always fast, but it's exceptionally fast now. See that boat, how fast it's going by? I mean, that's a pretty stiff current. It's like 6 knots. Slow on the bridge. I haven't seen it that slow in a long time. Guess it's just the time of the day. Catherine likes this view. It's the Ambassador Bridge. Goes between Detroit, Michigan and Windsor, Ontario. Yeah, it's a great view. It really is. Here's some tourists want to get their picture. Yeah, fishing is really in full swing. Oh, here we go again. You can sit here all day and never see a guy pull a fish out of the water. I saw one last year. It's weird. And even though it's a nice spring day, you freeze your damn ass off out here today. Yeah, that's what they do. Just shut the engine off, drift down the river. I mean, hauling ass too. You look at this. You look at this boat right here with these people in it, and you watch how fast that moves by me. It's a very quick current. That's responsible for like a lot of the drownings over the years, is because there's not many places to grab onto if you fall out. If the boat sinks, you know, and you're up against a flat concrete wall, well, they do have areas that you could grab onto, but there aren't as many of them as you'd think. That's what gets a lot of these kayakers. They go in the winter time during the ice flows. You don't have that long to live when you fall in water that cold. You wouldn't last long in water like this. I mean, it's okay on land, in the air, but you get in that water, I bet that water is probably 43, 45 degrees. You really wouldn't last long. See how fast this boat's just going by us? All for the almighty walleye. Oh, I believe it, Rick. This current is faster than normal because the water's really high. Oh, you see everything down here. Nothing will surprise you. You know, if you're more than halfway across your tour, you're in Canadian waters, you're supposed to radio them and ask for permission. Like that guy in the middle. When you get up around Belle Isle, it's even worse. And you know, this water is polluted up the ass, all the way up from Port Huron all the way down. So it's plenty polluted before it even hits Detroit. Big time. Dearborn Heights is terrible. I was in Allen Park this morning. Lady told me they had 2 foot of water in their basement. Yeah, these are Asian tourists. A lot of Asian tourists down here. They're all excited. They were taking pictures with the bridge in the background. Hey, Joanne, how you doing? Nice day, though. Oh, Baltimore, all right. Have they changed Baltimore Street much from 30 years ago? Somebody was telling me they had a big police crack down there the other day. There you go, Rick. Still the strip. All right. All right, Daisy. Yeah, it's nice down by the water. So here's the new park right here. This is a new extension of it. And the place that's already built up here. Yeah, see, it's got a, you can do a skateboarding park. Basketball. Then here's the other park. Here's the new Riverside Park. Killer location. Come on, hon. Come on, hon. Go on. Go on. Go on. there. Hey, I'm gonna leave that phone up like that, and hopefully it stays. I'm gonna do some still photography. So if it doesn't, I'll log in later, but hopefully it does. The battery will eventually wear out too, or quit. Wanna? So I'm going to be doing photography, you guys. I won't be talking, so chat away until the battery dies. go. One. One. One, hun. Hey Catherine, look at this new spot they opened up along the water. This was never open before. Good girl, huh? Up there. I'm just using my cell phone here, Galaxy S8, but my video camera HFG30, and my still camera is a Nikon D300. Catherine, if you're listening to this, they opened up this whole area near downtown. Yeah, it's right behind the post office, between that and those apartments. I've never seen it open before. Nice big spot too. Nice grass. There's a Canadian Coast Guard over there. should have had this phone the opposite way. Hey, I'm going to log off this one and log back on so I can turn the camera sideways.